Yo, yo, yo. So we back with another 10-minute drill from your boy, Devon, and today we are going to be talking about this lieutenant that got pulled over by the police in Virginia. It turned out unfortunate. It turned out how we expected. But before we get into the quick discussion, can you please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the site, go head over to The Gilded Sages at IG to follow us. Also head over to our YouTube to subscribe so you can keep up with the content. And without further ado, we just going to go ahead and get into yet another 10-minute drill. So man, look, America is a wild, wild place. I think as of now, we saw all of the clamor around this only happens under GOP. We saw people posturing, virtue signaling, in and around police brutality. I'm sorry, not police death. If it were police death, we know that there would be a mob of police to come and retaliate immediately, because that's how America has been set up for the most part. And so that is what leads me to the discussion around, I see the responses, and it's amazing to me that people are still surprised at this point that this is how America functions, and that, the system is somehow broken when we see and go back to convict leasing, vagrancy laws, and slavery itself, along with the other things that were put into place like black codes and Jim Crow. It is amazing to me that we are still giving the benefit of the doubt to a group, to a industry that was built in and around commodification of criminalizing certain individuals. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play a little bit of the video just so everybody can go ahead and see and watch the wild, crazy madness that is America. So,
hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now. Now. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Don't let this one. I'm going to see. I don't know. Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. What's going on? You're fixing to ride the light, son. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, get out of the car. Why you got to talk to you? Get out the car.
You receive an order. Obey it.
Come around your side.
You should be. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out now. You're being stopped by traffic violation. You're not cooperating. You don't know that. You're being detained. Okay? You're being detained for obstructing justice.
Open the door!
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Open the door slowly and get out!
Back up,
I
Devon.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir, get out of the car now.
Hey,
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look, I'm trying to
these
get
men
out.
have this man at gunpoint.
Get out.
Just relax.
Mind you.
Can you please relax? Can
Get
you
out.
Please relax.
Sitting
Get
in
out
the
of the car right
car,
now.
telling them to get out.
Now.
I'm
Nah,
telling
I
you right
need
now,
you to
as
back
a
up.
black man,
I'm
any
actively
person,
serving this
I don't
country.
know,
This is how you
I
do
can't
it.
speak
Back
for
up,
any
Devon.
other race
I
or
didn't
any
do
other
it.
group,
Back up.
but
Hold
you tell
on.
me to
What's
get out the car,
Hold on.
I'm not getting out the car. That's not resisting arrest, because as a black man, I'm already deemed as a threat. Then on top of that, you want me to
Get out of the
move
car.
my hand and gesture my body
Get out of the
as you have guns pointed and a blaze in my face, and I'm trying to rationally talk to you, and you are only escalating the situation? Again, for me, I don't do the whole plausible deniability and, oh, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think we do that too much when it comes to whether it be police, politicians, entertainers. This stand culture for whether it be an industry or an individual is becoming to be problematic, because then you get crazy elected officials coming out talking about, oh, well, what do you mean about defund the police? Why are people saying that? Why are people wanting that? Because
Wrap it
if
up.
you have a institution with the track record of mispolicing, or no, policing just designed in the way that you intended it to do, I think that very group will begin to advocate, because it's not like we haven't tried to work with the police. Again, we had the crime bill in part because the way it was sold to us as a community, despite the bad intention and malicious intention that we got from our current president now, Joe Biden, and Bill Clinton and a bunch of other people. So I don't see how.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am. Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? You're not. Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
Because you're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up. Sir, well, just this is fucked up.
You heard him. The man essentially pepper sprayed, as you all can see, a active lieutenant in the face as he's rationally trying to have a conversation with him. I think we as a group, African Americans, Black people, and as well as everybody else in the nation, have to come to reconcile and admit that it is everything that we told y'all it was. All of the whole, well, because when it was just happening to us and when it was isolated to us, it's like, oh, well, Black people need to act this way and do this and comply that way as a justification as to possibly what it means to, like, okay, you have right to kill this person now, which is never valid. And so I think it's just disingenuous. You have Patrice Cullors with BLM coming out doing some tap dance, electric slide, white supremacy away, which is nonsensical at this point, especially when we know and understand that not only did you have the resources and human capital, you had the social capital, the political capital, and then through donations, you begin to have the economic capital necessary to put you, the group, in a position to advocate for these things. But it's unfortunate that we are in this position and we don't have, at this moment,
damn, you rapping,
after
boy.
an election cycle that took place and you had people, oh, well, don't critique this person, or no, we have to just get this. Joe Biden and his administration has now said that they are not going to go and move forward with the Commission on Policing after, and you could check out our video that we did last week on the Police Commission report that came out of DC. But at the same time, you're also having very, very minimal pushback when it comes to a lot of these police reforms, a lot of these issues, a lot of the funding that needs to be rediverted from not only the police because they show in lack of capacity to do their job, but also because we know and understand that even through their own complaints in that report in which I mentioned, they also too understand themselves that they cannot go about and do things like save kittens from trees, do these, oh, somebody passed out on the side of the street, as well as be effective officers. And it's no amount of training, it's no amount of, credentials, it's no amount of, anything that can remove such a bias that allows you to roll up on somebody like a thug at gunpoint while they're rationally speaking to you and hold them at gunpoint and then pepper spray and then ask for them to continue to get out the car as the man cannot breathe. And I'm tired of pundits getting on TV, especially the black ones, and not saying the truth. The truth is that white people don't hold white people accountable. Until white people hold that, again, 60% of people who still voted for Trump, and then if we really want to have a real conversation of the other percentage that defected over to the Democratic Party are also racist. I can take about 10% of that number and also still say that, okay, you might not like the way Trump delivers his racism or how racist people may emote it or display it, but you too also perpetuate it at the same rate, if not a further rate than your quote unquote vulgar counterparts. Until we have that discussion, these things will continue to happen. Until white people, unfortunately, have discussions and they are willing to denounce themselves as a collective, this will continue because, again, as I always say to you all, they raise their sons, they raise their brothers, aunts, uncles, and again, other groups perpetuate anti-Black racism that are also POC. So, this will continue. It's unfortunate. And codified race into its laws and therefore into its practices, both economically and socially, and incentivized social behaviors through the economics. So until we address that, whether you're Black or POC, everybody's going to suffer. And check this out, even the white people eventually, because guess what my favorite part is always? It's going to go back to the very same confines. It's going to go back to the very same environment and construct that they fled from to build this nation. Monarchy, tyranny. And so, again, once everybody else is gone, once you imperialize the whole world and deplete all of the resources and commit acts of violence, you then have to turn on yourself. The Leviathan. This nation is trash right now. After a whole summer of Black Lives Matter, people in the streets, again, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. This is Trump America. No, this is America. Period. Always been America. 45 through down, including current. And for everybody who thinks that you're going to get away from it magically, it's just going to become your turn. When we done, African Americans, when we done, it's just going to be somebody else's turn to get the state-sanctioned violence. And that's what a lot of people miss that's different. State-sanctioned violence versus individual accounts of racism must be discussed in a very more nuanced way. Because a lot of people are missing the solution because you don't completely understand how you fit into the Rubik's Cube of critical race theory. It is black and white, or it was, but it has evolved into something completely different, and it is adapting currently, always, and forever, because it's not being addressed. And no, it's not just the GOP. Stop it. Sick of hearing it. It's not just white hillbillies. Stop it. I'm sick of hearing it. These are white, capable, affluent, Latino, capable, affluent, Asian, capable, affluent people. Because even in the George Floyd case, people sat by and watched. And people continue to sit by and watch. But I'm out, man. Y'all tell me what you think. Do y'all think it's ever going to change? If you think it's going to change, what are some of the solutions? Let me know down in the comments below. Please tell us your thoughts. This is unfortunate. We've been through this too many times. If you don't want to leave a comment, I completely understand because it's exhausting. It's tiring. It's traumatic because a lot of us are dealing with these killings that are in our own communities that aren't always by police, which is a whole nother discussion, not to be confused with. So, man, I'll catch y'all again on another 10-minute drill. But while y'all at it, hit that like button, hit that share button, leave a comment, tell us what you think, and please, 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 subscribe. Help us get to that 1K so that we can engage y'all in a better way. It's your boy, Devon, and we gonna catch y'all again. And thank